where a woman says she was enjoying the pool Wednesday night when she saw a strangely shaped and unfamiliar object falling from the sky just over there. The whole thing now caught on video.
Then I look up here to the sky, I see something falling down, so I pulled out my phone and I zoomed in, and it was right about there.
Colleen McCormick was out by her hot tub around 9 Wednesday night when she says she saw something strange and unfamiliar up above.
I see something falling down from the sky. It had blinking lights and looked like it was on fire or something. And it was just coming down really fast. I had no idea what it could have been.
McCormick captured this 8-second video from her backyard showing an unidentified object headed straight down.
There's 3 things, so it looks like it's fire or a big light.
Expecting to hear a loud boom of some sort, she ran to the front of her home to hopefully capture the landing.
My heart was pounding because I just looked up. I'm oh God, what is about to happen right now?
But McCormick says the blinking object quickly vanished from her view.
It seemed like it was coming down so fast. It was just it knows what it's doing. It just goes like that. I don't know. It's weird.
With having never seen something like it before, McCormick's mind went racing.
I thought it was some explosive, but I don't know. Hopefully I'm not the only one that saw this. I'm not going crazy. I didn't see things, but I got it on video, so I'm I did definitely see something.
Now, the FAA was not able to comment on the video McCormick took, but they said they did not get any reports of debris in the area. Both Pembroke Fire and police said the same thing. On scene in Pembroke, Alyssa Azara for your local.
Shalom, shalom, all praise to the Habba Shemel Shah. Double honors to the apostles and brothers of Great Millstone, and shalom out there to the brothers that are out there teaching and feeding the sheep in sincerity. And the sheep will be including myself as well. And shalom for anybody that's tuning in. Today's video will be regarding to the video that was played in the beginning. It talks about a woman seeing a spaceship and how she's seen it just randomly come into the sky and descend down, and she basically describes her emotional status as being heart pounding, nervousness. She didn't know what was going on. She didn't know what to think of it. But little do they know, it speaks about these things in the Bible as far as these spaceships that are being seen. And many people also talk about galactic warfare. Many of these things that's going on in the sky that is unexplainable. They have some key characteristics that are described in the Bible as well, talking about it. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into it. Exodus chapter 40, verse 38. For the cloud of the Lord was upon the tabernacle by day, and fire was on it by night, in the sight of all the house of Israel throughout all their journeys. And if you look at the key word, they describe this cloud as fire, a flame of fire. And it describes the Most High like that too in the first chapter. Revelation 14 verse 15, Yahweh Shah, it describes that his eyes are fiery, are red in the flame of fire. Excuse me. His spirit is described as a fiery flame, and that's what the lady described it as well, signifying how spirituality, how righteous it is. You know what I'm saying? How dignified and how powerful that these UFOs or UAPs will be described as. And a cloud in a Bible will basically be considered a cloud, but they will also be described as flat, or a flying robe, or they have a couple of more descriptive characteristics about basically signifying that it's just not a cloud. This is Exodus 40, 37 chapter. This is Exodus 40 chapter, verse 37, excuse me. But if the cloud were not taken up, then they journeyed not till the day that it was taken up. Meaning that this cloud will descend and then ascend. Descend, ascend, move forward, move backwards. You know what I'm saying? That's what they describe this cloud as. This is Hebrews, the 11th chapter, verse 5. This is talking about Enoch. By faith Enoch was translated, that he should not see death, and he was not found because God had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased God, meaning that something took Enoch and translated him out of this earth, basically. Meaning that there's some signification that something took Enoch and teleport him somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And that's a strong characteristic to a UFO. You know, a lot of people, or a lot of Esau people, they have so many stories about how they got abducted and how they have this chip placed into them by an alien. And you know, even if there is a such thing as aliens, you know, they still are under the rulership under Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. This is 2 Kings 2nd chapter, verse 9 through 11. 11 verse right here. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven, meaning that something, a whirlwind, kind of will be described as like a tornado or something that circles around Elijah, translating him as well, meaning that some type of vehicle took him somewhere, you know. And this is also the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Meaning that the Most High salvation for the Israelites are going to be appear to be strange. You know, whenever it's all said and done, and whenever these people go to World War III, rumors of wars, and whenever this is going on, they're going to see a lot of things that aren't normal that's in the sky. You know, a lot of people are going to think aliens are going to come and take over. It's like, no, it's the Most High, Yahweh Yahweh Shah, and it's going to be his angels. You know, the Lord created things that are beyond our understanding. And, you know, if we did have the understanding of everything, then there would be no created of us. You know, therefore, we will be in the replacement of angels. And even angels don't know everything, you know. No man of time would know whenever the Lord comes back. This is Revelation, the 8th chapter, verse 6. And the 7 angels which had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound. That's signifying as well the coming. You know, the Lord appearance is not going to be regular. You know, it's going to be something that is going to confuse a lot of people, mainly Christians. You know, because they don't speak about this in the Bible. You know, they talk about stories that doesn't relate to anything that's going on in the world. This is Psalms 104, verse 3. Who layeth the beams of his chamber in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariot? Who walketh upon the wings of the wind? Meaning that the Lord is going to come with chariots, with beams. You know, and this is specifically talking about his creation of all. He's going to come like you know, I wouldn't say like a bird, but, you know, he's going to swift through the air whenever he's coming. This is Exodus, the 14th chapter, verse 19. And the angel of God, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. Meaning that, once again, the angels of the Lord is what is up in space. You know, the things that people are seeing are not normal. No, because they're coming from a different dimension. They're coming from a dimension that is unexplainably awesome, you know, and it's the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? It's the kingdom of heaven. Salakia. Let me see if I can find some more verses. This is Revelation, the 21st chapter, verse 2. It's talking about John. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Meaning that Jerusalem is going to be so beautiful whenever Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah comes down to resurrect it. It's going to be like a bride adorned to her husband. Meaning that this word and this knowledge and this truth will be described as like our wife the wisdom, you know, trying to keep the commandments as best as we can within our fleshly skin, but also just pushing His truth, you know, just acknowledging Yahweh Shema Shah each way that we can. Even though we know in life that we all have some type of flaw, we continue to push the truth no matter what. You know, you gotta get back up and just try to keep your mind sane, you know, because at the end of the day, this is like your wife, you know, and you're gonna try to do whatever you can to please your wife, you know, in this worldly aspect. You know, women are above men nowadays, in a negative fashion. You know, they demotive men to a lot of things, including similar characteristics to strong attention to style, you know, emotional connection, education level. You know, women are now trying to demote and demasculate men so bad. And, you know, when you have this truth, you know what I'm saying, you're going to always try to keep your wife happy, you know. And this truth is never going to turn your back on you, you know. So you got to treat it as if, you know, that's your wife. She's loyal to you. Yahweh Shema Shah is always loyal to us. And this is also just to piggyback on to how the kingdom would look. Revelation 21, chapter verse 12. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. I mean, even reading something like that, that would kind of spark my interest in saying, man, the Israelites, Israel. The whole book is written about Israelites. And these other nations are only created just to play a part in the story. Like, I don't understand how people cannot see that. You know, they always trying to debunk something about something, but it's like at the end of the day, bro, if you're not an Israelite, you're done. Simple. This is Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, verse 26, to piggyback even more about our spiritual body. A new heart also will I give to you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your fleshly, and I will give you a heart of flesh. Psalms 82, verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. He said, all of you containing to the Israelites. You know? And it's beautiful when it's all said and done, because Yahweh Shema Shah is just preparing His way to create a lot of things that we may not understand, but we gonna understand whenever we're given that ability to understand. This is and now all of these notes, by the way, are all from GMS. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said all praise to Yahweh Shema Shah for the brothers from GMS, because I'm still learning each and every day. This is Psalms 68th chapter, verse 17. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. And if you guys remember the book of Exodus, the Lord appeared a lot to the Israelites concerning the tablets to Moses. I cannot specifically cite the Bible verse, but specifically talking about how the Lord came and His appearance was so frightening that the Israelites thought that there was going to be judgment upon them. You know, they were scared to receive any feedback from the Lord, because that's how dignifying His presence is. And, you know, I don't care what nobody say. You know, you could sit here and say you don't believe in God, but, you know, even the non-believers know that there's something out here with some type of characteristic to create this earth with colors. You know, I don't understand how people can't realize that the same things that you're doing as a human being, the Most High has done as well. You choose what colors that you like the most, what food, the earth. Everything is designed by some type of intellectual being with some type of characteristic, you know? The Big Bang Theory didn't create anything. And the largest supplement to take from that conversation is looking at the colors. How the flowers are created. It's an artist. It's a painter. It's a portrait. It's beautiful. Everything is beautiful in the Most High. And you got to praise Yahweh Shema Shah every day, because, you know, why not? It's beautiful. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man come with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. This is Acts, the 1st chapter, verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they behold, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Come on now. Let me repeat that again. Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Meaning some type of cloud took him up out of the sight. Psalms 104, chapter 3. Oh, that's something I read before. Who left the beams of his chambers in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariots? Who maketh upon the wings of the wind? Psalms 104, verse 4. Who maketh his angel spirits his minister of fleeting fire? You know? Oh, excuse me. And this is just a quick video, concerning these strange things that are going on in the world. I have seen a lot of things in the sky regarding to seeing a whole fleet of chariots. If I wasn't mistaken, I believe I done seen the Ezekiel will as well. The Most High will allow the creation of his beautiful beings to be shown all over the world, even the people that are in the truth. But it's even amazing to see these type of victory vessels, exploring your eyesight to receive that there is something out there, just from a worldly perspective. But seeing it while you in the truth is even 10 times better. So that's all I had to say. All praise to Yahweh Shema Shah for giving me the spirit to make this lesson in this video. Shalom out there to the brothers that are still teaching on the highways and byways. And shalom.